Once upon a time, high above the rooftops of a little village, there was a very small cloud. Now, this cloud wasn't like the others. It knew that it was too little to do anything important. You see, clouds are only useful if they're big enough to bring about the weather. And this cloud was just so small. I wish I could do something, it sighed one day, floating listlessly through the sky. But I'm just too little. Now, this little cloud didn't realize it at the time, but down below in the village, the people were wishing for rain. For many weeks, the sun had been shining brightly in the sky, and not a single cloud had passed overhead. All the rivers had dried up, and the fields were cracking with thirst. The people were starting to get worried. If it didn't rain soon, their crops would die, and everyone would go hungry. Every morning, the villagers would come out into the fields and look up into the sky and pray, "Please, God, send us some rain." But day after day, the sky stayed clear and blue. Then one day, a little bird flew up to the cloud and said, "Why don't you do something? You might be little, but you can make a difference." The cloud thought about this for a moment. "How could I possibly help? I'm just too little." "Well," said the bird, "you could try making it rain." The cloud had never thought of doing that before. "Oh, I don't know," it said. "It doesn't seem like I have enough water." "You do, too," said the bird. "If you could just gather up all the moisture that's inside of you, I'm sure it would be enough." So the cloud did just that. It gathered up all the moisture it had inside of it and let out a few fat raindrops. Now, this cloud wasn't used to doing this kind of thing. It felt a little uncomfortable at first, but it kept going until it had made it rain. And do you know what happened? It started to make more clouds. As the first few raindrops fell down from the sky, more and more moisture started to get sucked up into the air. Soon, the entire sky was filled with dark, heavy clouds. And then, one by one, they all started to rain. And oh, how the people of the village rejoiced when they saw those clouds rolling in. They ran through the streets, shouting, "It's raining! It's finally raining!" And when the rain actually hit the ground, they threw their hands up in the air and danced. After so many weeks of hot, dry weather, it felt so good to feel the cool water on their skin. As for our little cloud, it watched down from above as the people celebrated. At first, it felt a little shy, but then it saw that it had helped make a difference in the world. It had saved the people from hunger and thirst. And no matter how little or how big you are, that's a pretty big deal. From that day on, this cloud wasn't afraid to dream big dreams anymore. It learned that even though it was small, it could still make a difference. And you know what? That's true for you, too. No matter how old you are or where you live or what abilities you have, you can always make a difference in the world. You just need to believe in yourself and have the courage to try. The little cloud had almost given up hope of ever doing anything important. It thought it was just too little to make a difference. But in reality, it just needed a little bit of faith and a lot of heart. And that's what really matters in life. One of the most important things that we can learn from this story is that we should underestimate the power of small actions. We often think that in order to make a real difference in the world, we need to do something big. But the truth is, it's the small things that add up to make the biggest impact. Just think about all the people who have changed the world for the better. Most of them didn't do anything crazy or over the top. They just did small things every day that eventually added up to something great. Take, for example, the person who invented the light bulb. Do you think they just woke up one day and said, "I'm going to invent the light bulb"? Of course not. It was probably a long process of trying different things and making small improvements along the way. And yet that one small invention changed the world forever. We can also learn from the mistakes that we make. We all make mistakes, but some people let those mistakes define them and hold them back. Others use their mistakes as learning opportunities and keep moving forward. The key is to not let your mistakes get in the way of your progress. Everyone makes mistakes, but it's what you do next that really counts. Another important lesson we can learn from this story is that we should never give up hope. No matter how difficult things might seem, there is always hope for better days ahead. We may not be able to control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond to those events. We can choose to be positive and hopeful, even when things are tough. And that's what will ultimately make the difference. So remember, no matter how small you think you are, you can always make a difference in the world. Just believe in yourself and have the courage to try. And don't ever give up hope. Better days are always ahead. But now, it's time for you to make your voice heard. Leave a comment below and tell us what you think. What other stories would you like us to turn into animated videos? We love hearing from you guys, and your feedback helps us make better videos for you. So don't be shy. Let us know what you think. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hey! Are you still watching? Well, if you're still here, then you must really like this video. And we really appreciate it. So, here's a little treat for you.